Hey Life Groups, welcome to week 2 of our neighboring series where we're taking a deep look into what it is to be a good neighbor. We want to take seriously what Jesus told us, that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. And this week we took a deeper look at a story that many of you are familiar with, but mostly familiar with from a children's ministry standpoint. It's a story that we learn about in Sunday school and some of us learned a song about, but we don't really talk about its deeper meaning for us as fully devoted followers of Jesus. And it's such an important story for us because, like Zacchaeus, many of us, especially in the West, have learned that we are to go after things as individuals and succeed, and that's what he did. He went about finding a way to make the best life for himself, and in that forgot what it was that God called us to. He calls us to be in community, to love each other, to care for each other, to pull each other closer to a relationship with him. But Zacchaeus wasn't alone in this. His neighbors also did the same thing. They decided that because his politics were different and his worldview were different and his values were different, that they would just exclude him as part of the community. And that's so counter to what God is calling us to do. Because after all, he wants us to tear down walls. It's so evident that when he stepped into Jericho on this day and became aware of this little man sitting in a tree, that he decided that in that moment he would move away from what the crowd that was chanting his name and all of those people who wanted to be close to him wanted him to do, and build a bridge for this man so that he would understand that he could live into what it was that his name meant, pure and innocent. We use the word Ubuntu this week in order for us to understand that we are built for community. Where I am is completely dependent on how we are as a community setting. And as you dig into the questions this week with your small group leader, I hope that you will be open to the idea that we might need to consider breaking out of those small community packages that Pastor Rick talked about last week and look out in our community to find those people who feel like outsiders. Because that's really what Zacchaeus would have felt like. And probably some of us in these rooms tonight feel like outsiders, and this step into small group is really a big step in life to feel like we could be some part of something that was bigger than ourselves. Think about that as you look around your neighborhoods and where your kids play and schools and businesses. Focus on the fact that God wants us to tear down all the walls that we put up based on socioeconomics and ethnicities and politics, worldviews, to just be the bridge so that people can come to him. I hope your questions and discussion times this evening will be deep and meaningful for you, and I look forward to hear about all the ways that you've stepped outside of these groups where it's comfortable to be with people who are like you and begun building bridges for other people to know Jesus. Have a good week.